Yeah, God, to make moves. Doobie don't snooze. It's on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, son get through. But don't break.
Oh shit, my fault, guys. I'm reading a text. Yo, what's good, y'all? It's Parlay with us, man. Mr. Beans here. We got Stony Cook, Sean Doe, Hustle Stacks. We'll be joining in soon, probably through the comments in the chat. Yeah, man. Once again, we just got finished watching the end of the Buffalo Chiefs game, which was a good game. They fought to the end. Buffalo pulled it out at the end. You know, hey, that's a big win for them. You know, they actually, the Chiefs has been their nemesis, been busting their ass for the past few years. They can't get past the Chiefs. So this regular season game must be a big thing for them. But they'll see the Chiefs again in the playoffs, and we'll see what happened then. But let's get it started. This is NFL Week 11 recap, and we'll talk about the Pats versus the Rams today and give y'all a little breakdown and review of how we feel about how that game went. So with that being said, I'm gonna introduce the guys again. What up, Doe? What up, Crooks? How's y'all day going, man? I know it's been an eventful day in football. We have a lot of games on the slate today that was pretty good. We just finished watching another decent game that went down basically to the wire, if you want to call it that. And yeah, the Patriots today hung in there, had a decent game. Obviously, they got rookie mistakes going down. They got coaching mistakes going down.
Yes.
You know, it's all a learning lesson for the Pats. The Rams look like what they're supposed to look like.
Yes.
The you know, they got great receivers. Today, I think just by watching a few points of the game, Patriots is getting scorched by the Rams receivers today. They was just getting scorched. I don't know what happened to the secondary today, but they was getting their ass handed to them all day. So let's get it started. Where you guys want to start? I'm gonna go with the Pats versus Rams. We could start there because this is a hometown team. Obviously, as you can see, we're a Boston's-based podcast. We represent the Patriots, Celtics, Bruins, anything Boston, Red Sox, you name it. So yeah, today the Patriots fell to the Rams. I think the score, let me get back to it. Let me get in there. I'll give y'all the score. The Patriots, Rams. Patriots lost to the Rams. I don't know how come I don't see that. I don't see that real quick. What's that? You don't got me, though. Where we got? Patriots lost.
I got you. 28-22.
28-22. Stafford had a good game. He threw for 4 TDs. May had a good, decent game too. He just had what he had, like 2. Let me look it up. He probably had like 2 INTs today. So, but it was a all out. They fought. The Patriots did to try to stay in the game.
Yes.
Drake had one. He had 1 INT. But he had a pretty good game though, man. The dude threw 40 attempts. There was no running game, obviously. 40 attempts, 30 out of 40, 282, 2 TDs, 1 INT, 3 sacks. So he had a decent game today. He just couldn't finish it, and then he didn't have the weapons that can finish it. So it's all about personnel. Once again, what Stacks said. So what do y'all think about that game today, Stacks? I mean, Crook and Doe. Sorry about that. Stacks was
yes. So first and foremost, I like how the Patriots battled today. They battled, but the thing with them is that I felt like those critical downs, critical plays, 4th and 1, 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, like a lot of those critical downs, they didn't have that go-to play or that go-to receiver or that go-to player to get that first down, to get that extra yards, to extend the play. And that's what it came down to. because throughout the whole game they was in it. They was in this game the whole game all the way to the end. And a lot of these third and inches, fourth and one that they didn't get, or whatever the case may be, they had to kick field goals. That's why they ended up losing by 6, because a lot of these drives ended in a field goal. They kicked the field goal because they wanted to stay a one possession game. But that was the problem. They didn't have those go-to plays. They need those go-to plays, those go-to players that could get those first downs, because the Rams had it. The Rams were faced with a lot of those situations. 3rd and 3, 4th and 1, all these little short yardage downs where they gave it to Kupp. They gave it to Nakua. Nakua made a lot of critical 3rd down plays, 4th down plays. They was completing all those plays, and we wasn't. And that was the difference in the game today.
Yeah, I mean, well said, but you can't have those go-to players if you don't have go-to players. I mean, it's very obvious. I think Booty, however you want to call it, he had dropped a few critical catches. The Kid Bell, the tight end, that was a good kind of defensive play. He dropped it. There was that play, I think we were texting at that time, Crook, when they was on the goal line and they ran it on 3rd and goal. I didn't like that play. That was a bad play call.
I didn't like that play either.
Like you said, though, I think those guys had a hard time getting open. That just shows you how good the quarterback is, man. Everything they did was on the flare screens, and Douglas made a few good plays just on his talent and being, his mobility in open field. But you just need better players, guys, man. I hate to say it. I mean, I don't want to make it that simple.
No, it's true.
It's the truth.
On defense, when we look slow, Duggar looks very slow. I don't know if he's still hurt.
He's still hurt, probably. He
looked he looked out of place. Jonathan Jones, I know he's Jonathan Jones, man, but Jesus, man, that Cooper Kupp, that can't happen. A 90-yard play out of halftime?
Exactly.
I mean, I get it, man, if you're in the flow of the game, but you just got out of halftime, bro. You got to come out of halftime with hey, they get the ball back. Listen, guys,
right.
It's not good for that to happen any time in the game, but Crook and Beans, like, you can't give that play up right out the door, man, at halftime. That's crazy. Like, but that being said, I want to have some positivities. The quarterback, I think he's a keeper, and I like Gonzalez. And as for I'm not. Stevenson just scares me, man. He just fumbles the ball too much, bro. I know he's tough, talented individual. I'm not saying he's whack. He just fumbles the ball, and I can't. When we go, I don't want to look forward, look ahead, but when we get these guys and we get this team on the upswing, I don't feel comfortable with that guy back there, man.
He might not be there then.
Yeah, he might not, because you just can't fumble that. He's a talented dude, man. He really is. Tough block, could block. He had a nice block there to save Mays.
Yeah, yeah. I know exactly.
Great block. Great block.
Great block.
Love the guy's attitude. It's just you gotta hold on to the ball, man. So,
maybe you never know. Maybe they'll.
Who knows? But that's my take.
Maybe they'll. That'll be an emphasis of the off season is to make sure that.
But Crook is right. You need that get money play that we had with Brady when he used to do it with Elnum and Amendola, and we just don't have we just don't have the personnel. We just don't have the personnel.
We don't have the play, and it came down to that. It was that type of game today. We could have had this game. We had it. If we capitalize and we convert on some of these 3rd downs, 4th down, it would have been a lot closer, maybe even a win for us. But we just couldn't convert. We couldn't convert on so many opportunities. We had opportunities all the way to the end. Think about it. We had the ball with a chance to win the game. We was down 6.
It's been like that all year, man. It was like that with Tennessee. It was like that Seattle. Unfortunately, like what did Parcells used to say when we were kids growing up? Your record is what it is, I'm looking on the bright side because I just can't be negative with this team. The most important position.
I see growing pains.
I even think
yes, growing pains.
I don't think Van Pelt is the answer. No, what I think they should do, they should just keep him as a quarterback coach. And then just bringing someone else, man, to call the players. Because what he's doing one-on-one with that kid, you need to keep him around. Because that kid likes him. And he has developed him as far as his mechanics and stuff. He just doesn't know how to call plays. You know what I mean? He just doesn't. He's not consistent. In the first half, he actually called a decent game. Mixed up the run, had him on balance a little bit. And then the second half comes around, and he's going back to whatever. He was too slow. Remember there was, I forget, when they were going down when they kicked the field goal and Polk fucked up. Their offense, when we talk about offensive play callers, we just don't mean the plays they call. We mean why you guys running slow? Even Bourne, when he got the first down, he's telling them, come on, guys, get to the line. All that should be coached up. It's like we're a step behind.
Yes, I blame
that on the coach. I blame that on the coach. You bench this guy Bourne, and he's coaching the team. He's telling them, come on, when it was a pass interference, he's like, come to the line. Guys, come on. And these guys are like, just blah, blah, blah. Then Polk's, I don't know what's wrong with Polk. I never seen someone with so much promise just go the other way. Hopefully he can grow up next year.
Yes. I was gonna say that. Let's give him a chance.
He doesn't know what position he's supposed to be in.
He's a rookie.
He's telling him to come to the line to block the fucking safety. He's over on the other side. Then he's off sides. I don't know, man. Like I said,
he's having a hard time, bro.
Like I said, man, I see more positive than negative.
Let's see, what he does in the off season. OTAs.
Yeah.
I feel like this off season, not to go too far ahead in this new culture and over here in the Patriots situation, but this off season is going to be huge because I think this off season is when they determine what are we going to be and what are we going to do. These are rookies, rookie quarterback, rookie wide receiver, rookie coach. All right. We had a season under our belt. We seen the potential. We see what we could do. We see what we could work on. All right. This off season, OTAs, drafting, free agency. Let's see what we're going to do going forward because we know what we have and we know what we need to work with and work on.
No, I agree.
So I think this offseason is going to be huge. Not to look
be huge for everybody, staff.
Yeah, everything.
Drafting. Yep.
Let's see what this offseason is going to be about in terms of, okay, we know what we was lacking, what we need to work on. This is what we're going to focus on offseason, whether they change some of the coaching staff, however way they're going to move. But this offseason is going to be huge going forward because this is a situation where we need to have a trajectory going upwards. We need to build on something that's going forward into a good direction. We don't want to be a team that's going to be in the basement for years.
Yeah, going back.
We're not about that. So we'll see what happens.
That's cool, man. So enough said on the Patriots, man. They, like I said, it's a growing pains situation with the Patriots. I think they do got the quarterback that I'm not saying he's the franchise, but he's the quarterback that we could run with for the next upcoming few seasons. And let's just see. We're not saying
he better be the franchise.
No, well, sometimes in year one we could, even though a quarterback looks pretty decent, we really don't know if he's going to be the guy.
I give you, that's true.
You know what I mean? So
it's a different feeling around him than to me. It's a different feeling to me. I never was sold on Mac Jones. When his rookie year came, he was 10-6. I went to the games, a couple of games that year. He made the Pro Bowl by default. I just never felt like
Mac Jones is who Mac Jones
with this kid, I feel it with his arm, his legs, his toughness. He got to make better decisions. Obviously, I think with time he will. He'll see that, and when he has better personnel that could actually get open consistently, not here and there. So he better be the franchise, in my opinion. But I think he could be, but you're right, Neil. I mean, Beans, I'm sorry. Give him one more year. 2 more years to cement that. Because you're right. After 1 year, you can't.
You really can't
know,
know.
You can't.
I mean,
You're right. You
I
can't
know
crown
people
him.
gonna say that. How could you say that? But Jaden Daniels look like he is. But
no, look at Jaden Daniels. If you look at Jaden Daniels the last 2 weeks, he came back down to earth. Though
he came back. I was about to say that
he's came back. No, you're right. No, you're right.
He's going through a little injury situation, and some of it is the league is somewhat catching up a little bit.
Yeah, well, he's playing better teams. The NFL is about. Listen, the reason why I do good in fantasy, daily fantasy, and gambling and stuff, because I look at matchups. I'm not a big Bo Nix fan, but I played him in my daily today. He had 32 points because he's playing a team that can't stop a nosebleed. So when they were just showing a graphic with tonight's game with San Diego. I'm not trying to take anything away from them. They haven't played any good quarterbacks so far this year, and their defense is high up. Now they can come out here and crash and thrash Cincinnati. So what you're saying, Beans, I agree. Like we have to. And Stoney always says it. We got to play the whole tape. You know what I mean? When you play the whole tape through the whole season, we all look back at it and say, okay, this is what they could work on. And if you go into the OTAs and all season and you get together with your running backs, your quarterbacks, and see what we need, and then football is one of those things you build. One good year ain't gonna give you. One good year ain't gonna show you. So you're right.
Point well taken. For instance, the Lions. This has been 2 to 3 years in motion.
Mm-hmm.
3 years in motion, and look where they at now. The Lions. I don't want to talk it up because I don't want to jinx that team. Because you know what? I want to see the Lions succeed. To tell you the truth,
they're going. I think they're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yo, they're going to the Super Bowl. They're
not going to play. They're not playing around this year.
They're not playing around with people no more. The days of Lions are the laughing stock, like the Browns and shit. Them days are over for them.
Yes.
They just
what I knew they were going to make.
They just changed their whole trajectory. They always had a fan base, but now it's going to get even more crazy.
When dude threw 5 interceptions and they still won, I'm like, these motherfuckers is going. They're going. Who the fuck those 5 interceptions?
They are so talented offensively with the drafting, the offseason pickups. These guys been building, and that's what it's about. You got to build. They build, and Goff, Jared Goff, that was a huge pickup for them. Huge. They traded Stafford for Goff.
Mm-hmm. And Stoney, to piggyback off of what you said, it's it's the ground. It's just like you just said, the drafting of the drafting, and then getting Goff and stuff like that. Yo, they are literally saying we're not going to be the laughing stock no more. You can see it in the way they play now. It's they whole game plan. Remember, the Lions used to be a team that gave you half an effort. Great players on that team, Calvin Johnson and the Hall of Fame, and how could I not say his name? Lions Hall of Fame running back. Come on, guys.
Barry
Sanders. They had some great players come out of there. That team. Think about the years the Lions has even sniffed anything, bro. Since we were teenagers, like young.
Shit, I'm looking forward to who they playing on Thanksgiving. Remember that Thanksgiving game on Let's go outside and smoke a bliss.
Let's go outside. You know what I mean?
The
Lions is playing. Let's go outside. You know what I mean?
Let's go to the after hours on Herald Street.
Exactly. Now it's like, no, we're watching.
Now we gotta wait. Now we gotta plan our food around the 12 o'clock game.
Exactly. So shout out to the Lions. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. You love to see that. You love to see that.
Detroit's a great sports city.
That coach went through hard times. That's why it goes back to what I said a show ago. You have to give these coaches a chance to build a team. You can't expect these coaches to turn around a team in like a year, even 2 years. You got to give them a chance, man. You have to, because these coaches are building something. And when they get this team, they get these teams with situations lacking this, lacking that, and they trying to figure it out. So, you know, shout out to the Lions coach, man. He went through tough times. His press conference, they was laughing at him because he had a strange press conference.
Right.
Yeah, he
You're right. You're right.
He was on. He had a weird energy in his press conference. I ain't gonna lie. I was looking at it too, but look, man, it's paying off.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Aaron
they
Glenn,
based it on his press conference.
Aaron Glenn.
They based everything on his
press conference. I remember that. Aaron Glenn. I remember Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn was a ball player. He balled.
You remember Aaron Glenn? Where's he from?
Texas, right?
Texas?
Nope.
No.
Oh, the Jets.
No.
There you go.
Yes, the Jets.
There you go.
Then he played for the Texans, I think.
Yeah. Good shit, Sean. Good shit.
That's right. He was a
Jets cornerback.
You're right. He ended with the Texans.
And he ended with the Texans.
He ended with the Texans, but he's known for
he's known for the Jets.
Aaron Glenn. Shout out to Aaron Glenn. You got to give me.
Yes, man.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
You know who did good today against the Jets?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, no doubt. You got to get these coaches.
What up, Stacks? What up, Stacks? Thanks for coming in, bro.
What's good, Stacks?
What's good, man? Get better, brother. Get better. We'll see you on
better,
Thursday,
man.
hopefully.
Prayers up for you, Stacks.
Stacks, get better and get your outfits better.
Oh shit!
I ain't letting you off the hook. You know what I'm saying?
He gonna come
with it.
I'm
with it, man. Because I ain't
is going all in with the wardrobe on the show.
I like that hat though.
He gotta come with it.
Yeah, he's going all in with
it. Good looking.
So let me go down another game. So let me start here, man. We went through Ravens Steelers. Steelers end up winning that game 18-16. The Ravens at the end of the game end up losing. I think you did pick the Steelers. You picked the Steelers. Cooks.
Yes.
I think we was all right. We always saying I had
the Steelers plus 3
on that Steelers for this game. Yeah,
I had the Steelers plus 3. Definitely, man. And that under hit, man. I was thinking about the under, but I know the Ravens usually give up a lot of points, so I stayed away from it. But I definitely had the Steelers. The Steelers was game day. There was plus 3.5. When I saw that, my eyes had the money, the money symbol. Like I saw that and I hopped on that right away. But I love the Steelers today at home because I like I explained in the last show for all those listeners that saw our last show. This is the type of game these teams play. They play these tight games. These games rarely one team just distant themselves from the other team. This is rarely a game where one team is just blowing the other team out. This team is always these games are always a tight game between these two teams. This rivalry. It's always a 3-point, 1 point.
It was tight though.
It's always a tight game.
Jackson.
It's always a tight game between them. Always.
16 for 33, 207, 1 TD, 1 IT.
And
Wilson, 23 for 20, 23 for 36, 205, 1 INT. Yo, that's almost identical.
They always play tight games, always. And you trying to tell me you're gonna give the home team
Look at this.
3
I'm
points?
not cutting you. Najee Harris, 18 carries, 63. Henry, 13 carries, 65, 1 TD. Yo, the game was close, likely. 4 receptions, 75. Pickens, 8 receptions, 89. Yo, you're right. That was a very close.
They always play tight
game. And yes, division rivalry.
And then so I loved it. I didn't go to the window with the plus 3. I waited because I said, let me see how this is gonna turn out. And then when I look, I'm like, how the hell the Steelers are getting 3.5? 3.5. Like I was so shocked by that, but I ran with it. I hopped on the 3.5. And what do you know? They won by 2, so they didn't need the points, but it just goes to show you they play these tight games because had the Ravens won 18-16, I would have cashed anyway. That's how tight these games are. They always play these tight games. It's always a field goal missed. There's always something quirky where the game is 1 point, 2 point situation. In this case, it was a 2 point win by the Steelers. They could have went either way, but I knew 3 points. 3 points was gold. Gold, and I just couldn't pass that up. So the Steelers +3 was to me, it was a great bet. It was my favorite bet on top of the Bills, which we will talk about a little later. But I love the Steelers. I love the Steelers today +3. I love them, man.
You said every time Derrick Henry get under 20 carries, the Ravens lose.
Yeah, he had no room to run though. He had no room to run.
Oh yeah, the Steelers got they was ready for that.
They weren't letting him run the ball.
But that was the main game plan, I think.
Think about that.
Take away Henry.
Yeah, take away Henry. But think about this though. Like you said though, that's like you said, that's personnel. They had the personnel to keep him at bay. If that was the Patriots, he would have been averaging 8 yards per carry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, different.
You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. That I'm not knocking on our team. These are things that we got to get better at defensively in the front seven of our team. That core front seven needs to get better.
Learn.
Even today's game, the running back for the Rams was gashing us at an average of 6 yards per carry. They said it on live TV. You see what I'm saying?
Yo, Bees is one of those dudes that he's like, yo, why can't we be like, you know how your neighbor gets that new truck and you still got that 1985?
No. And I know what you're saying. People going to say, but the Steelers built that defense. They've been doing that for a couple years. They've been putting together that defense for the past.
They draft so well.
They always defense. Had great defense.
Always.
They whole team is built on the precipice of defense. And then they go get the offensive pieces to add to it. That's the Steelers. I'm not saying the Patriots should ride that model, but I'm saying they should shore up. Like you said, we got some things to take care of this offseason.
After Queen was on a mission, Baltimore
that front seven needs to get taken care of.
Hey, Stacks, I know what you're talking about. He wasn't getting. You could have gave him 30 carries. He wasn't going fucking nowhere today. He wasn't going nowhere. He never fumbles the ball. They were on his ass. They just, you know what's so crazy? I wasn't on Thursday's show, so I ain't gonna hold you. But I told you how I felt about Pittsburgh last week. I made one pick this week, which was with the Patriots. I lost. I did win my money back in daily. Shout out to me. I didn't come up like my brother Crook did, but good. We made money on this show today. Or I actually broke money. Broke even.
And I hope everybody that I spoke to about getting busy on his Bills game, I hope they got busy, man. If they didn't, look, I'm sorry, but I gave you guys, not like I said, it was the pick of the year, man.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Next game, Colts end up coming back and taking care of the Jets. The Jets got to be like, yo, Aaron Rodgers.
That's a good Jets defense.
A good Jets defense, but the Colts was the play. I didn't touch this game, but the Colts +4 was the pick. It was the play. Shame on me for not paying attention to that. I was too busy caught up, but that was the play, man. That was the play.
What's so crazy?
Just melded in.
Yeah, the Jets are done. I had so much riding on that Patriots game that it's so weird. I was telling Beans I was busy this week, man. I had to work. I worked a double on Thursday, man. I've been going to school, but my point is, I just focused on Patriots, put my money into that today. I put some money in daily and won the money that I lost from the Patriots because I did put a decent amount. Not as much as you could, but I put a decent amount. But, when you don't really focus in on these games and then you look, when we talk about like Indianapolis, that's an easy win right there. You knew the Jets weren't going to win that game just because of the Jets. The Bears game could have went, that was a tough. I don't want to go ahead, but what I'm saying is these are the plays when you really sit back and look. This was an easy money week if you think about it.
Yes, it was.
Really racked up this week if you really think about it. I bet with my heart this week. You know, I usually don't bet with the Patriots. I bet with my heart and I lost. But
I feel that, man, because you said that last week.
yeah, I've been riding it all week. No Diddy.
Yes,
I've been
you
going
did
to
say
work
that.
telling people, you know, I just felt like, and we still had a chance to win. But like these teams, like, you know, like Baltimore going to Pittsburgh, that didn't surprise me. I told you guys, Pittsburgh for me, that I think Pittsburgh and right now I think Buffalo and Pittsburgh are the two teams in the AFC. I'm not sold on KC. I'm sorry. I'm not, you know, you could laugh at me and say Magic Paddock and I'm not sold on that team.
Yo, I understand.
I feel you.
It's just hard for a team that went back-to-back shiz, like to your point, shiz. We see it all the time. We saw it with the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
For some of us who's, you know, more old school,
right.
We saw it with the 49ers back in the day.
Yeah.
There's a lot of teams that went back-to-back that on their third year, it's tough.
It's tough. Yeah.
It's really
tough.
No,
I wouldn't say, you know, guys. Okay. Oh, shout out to Jalik, man. What up, Jalik? Jalik's in here for the first time. I seen Jalik. What up, Jalik, man? Thanks for coming through on the show, watching the show. I don't know, you watching it from the YouTube side of things. He said you was right on the Bills, Stoney. He said, unfortunately, I covered that bet with the under. I lost.
It's tough. It's tough, nasty work. It's tough, man. Yeah, it's nasty tough, work. Man.
The under 2?
Let me tell you, the totals on these games are tough, man.
Tough.
It's tough. I seen games that was 0, like 3-0.5, and then it ended like 30 to 20. When it, you know, I mean, it's amazing with these games with the under. It's tough. It's really tough. What I try to do is Jalik, for all my other listeners, what I try to do is the game that I'm betting on, I try to make one bet on that game. Instead of making 2 bets on the same game, I try to just make one bet because I've done that. It's tough. It's really hard to get it, what they call a same game parlay. That's what they call that, a same game parlay. You bet the team to win, and then you bet the under. It's tough, so I try to minimize that.
Yo, Jalik, you gonna get it now? You got stacks on here. He's waiting. Jalik, I'm gonna tell you something. Please join us during basketball season on Parlay with us. You're gonna need to get on here because my boy Stacks has been waiting to get on you and your Knicks, boy. Like, he's been waiting for this because he knows Jalik's a big Knicks fan.
They gotta stay healthy. The Knicks gotta stay healthy. That's the problem with them. They don't stay healthy. Somebody's gonna be injured towards the end.
Black Jalik. Jalik. Yo, he's coming for you, my boy. That's my boy from New York, straight out of New York.
Somebody's gonna be hurt at the end of the year.
Yeah, straight out of New York City, my man Jalik, man. Jalik, man, not this year, bro. Not this year. You see,
not with Tatum. Not with Tatum knowing how to hit those game winners now. It's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough, man. You know, I don't know, man. You know, you might have to come up, Jalik, and see your team get beat up on the parquet, as we call it. But yeah, Jalik, thanks for coming through, man. It's nice to get you to come through. You got it, this basketball season stuff. But it's gonna be hot, man. I know Jalik's on it because he's never been on it because I think he finally see that the Knicks is trying to look like a real a championship caliber team. That's all. So I think him and my cousin Brent, you get on here too. We're gonna smack you up too, whatever, with the same thing. None of y'all New York fans, when it comes to this Boston stuff, y'all know what it is right now on the football side. We're on a little downturn, but we on the come up. But everything else, we're gonna be moving on y'all, man. So just sit back there.
They got the WNBA this year. I mean, they got something to they got something to celebrate, but it stops there. It's not gonna go any further than that,
I don't know when the next time we play the Celtics. The Knicks. The Knicks might be coming to Boston. I don't know, man. I don't know.
New York.
New York. They got to go to New York.
Yeah.
Okay, you would see, Jalik, you gotta my boy Doe here. You've never met Sean, but one day when you come to town, we'll all meet up. You'll meet Sean, and Sean follows your Knicks. So you got somebody who could probably give you a little bit
I didn't like that trade. I think that trade made your team worse.
So he follows your Knicks, so he could talk to you about your Knicks team, Jalik.
Yo, my thing is they gotta stay healthy. Look, all the years of observing the Knicks, not why I observe it. All the years, they always have a critical injury towards the end. Last year with OG, when he got hurt, if OG doesn't get hurt, they would have did some things. I think they would have really made some noise last year. OG doesn't get hurt. They always have critical injuries towards the end.
Yeah, thanks.
He must be
because they plays in 50 minutes.
They gotta stay healthy, and Thibodeau needs to manage that team better. That's the thing. Thibodeau run this team.
He's actually
he's running them too hard.
Yeah,
he's running them too hard, and he needs to manage their minutes much better.
Right. I know we're kind of jumping off, but yeah.
I mean, not to jump off either, but it's that simple. It's that simple. If you observe, if you look back at all the Knicks runs, look back at all of them. It's the critical injuries. It's the injuries.
Yeah.
From Julian Randle a couple of years when they lost to Atlanta, Trae Young in Atlanta, who was hurt? Randle. Yeah. Barrett was gimpy. Like they was all in. That was the year they was making a run too. When they made the run last year, who got injured? OG. Jalen Brunson hurt his hand.
And they put OG out there and looked like he out on the diaper. Yo, Tips is a Nazi, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Thibodeau has to manage the team better. And it goes back to Chicago with Derrick Rose, man. He ran that team down to the ground as well.
Yeah.
So
he ran Derrick Rose. Yeah, that's right.
He has to manage his team better. That's what it comes down to.
Did he coach in Minnesota too?
Yes, he did.
He got to manage them better, man. He runs them too hard. He runs that team too hard, man. You got to manage the team better.
I don't know how they continue to let him play people 45 minutes a game.
It's crazy. It's crazy. You can't run your team to the ground like that because we're in a different game.
Playing the best we've played in 25 years. I can't fault Tibbs for anything.
It's a different time right now, man.
I love that dude. Pat Riley, Jeff Van Gundy, Tibbs. That's the lineage. I understand that, but I think Cooks and Stacks is right. And though I know Tibbs. I don't know his basketball. His basketball style I knew was always hardcore lockdown defense. He was a defensive type of tough, hard-nosed coach. But as far as running players to the ground, you guys introduced that to me, that he's that type of player that runs players to the ground. So Jalik, what they're trying to say, yes, he might be coming from a good tree in coaching wise, but sometimes, like Stacks would say, if you see that, he says he don't use his bench, and that could be the problem. You can't be playing players 45 minutes a night, 42 minutes a night.
Not in this day and age. No.
Not in this day and age. And then you want these guys to perform when postseason comes, when playoffs and stuff come. You got to give them the breather. I know people will say, well, they're young and they're athletes, but still, that's a wear and tear. 82 games.
I mean, the league's faster now. It's faster now.
There you go. And it's faster.
We're not running plays like we used to back in the 80s and 90s. You run plays.
Right.
Now you shoot. You getting the ball and you shooting that shit.
Yep. Yeah,
it's different. Yeah, it's a different time right now.
Different time. But shout out to Jalik for coming through and giving us some Knicks run. We'll see you when the basketball season pops off for Parlay with us. We're still in our football. We do talk basketball almost every week, but we're really in our football.
We're in our football mode right now.
In our football mode right now. So let's get back to it, man.
His Jets and Giants are doing good too. If he follows them,
Okay.
If he falls the Jets and Giants, they're doing good too.
Oh no, the Giants is his team. He's a Giants. Yeah. He's a Giants guy. When they won that crap against us, this dude was elated when they won that Super Bowl, them 2 Super Bowls against us. That was the best thing that ever happened to New York around that time. But Jalik, later, man. We'll catch up with you, man. Thanks for coming through. And what he said, I'll be back for Stoney's best bets. Yes, come back. See, look at that. We love that.
I got something great tonight.
We love that. Yeah. So stay tuned and look.
If people was listening to me on Thursday, they got rich. They got rich, but that's something to talk about a little later. But
Right.
Yeah,
right,
man.
Right,
Tune
right.
in. Tune in.
Right. Stacks
Tune
is
in.
laughing. No, yeah, Stacks, man. I know you love that type of stuff, man. We're
Come
gonna
on,
get Jalik
Stacks. You
back and
already, come
forth in
on,
here.
Stacks. Come
Y'all
on,
gonna be
man.
able, y'all gonna
I
be able to
told you,
cut,
man.
y'all gonna be able to cut it
I
up, man,
told
and have
you,
a good
Stacks.
time
I
on this
told you.
on this podcast. We do have a good time on this podcast. It's not all about just running stats and doing this and that. We have banters. That's what makes this show nice. We go through banters, we talk, we disagree, we agree, and we bring in guests that people that we know that will give their pointers on the games that we talk about. So yeah, man, thanks for coming through, Jalik. Every week we got somebody jumping in and chiming in and giving us a good outtake on the stuff we talk about. So that's good to know that people are still watching and listening to Parlay with us. So once again, guys, when y'all are on here, please, it helps. Hit that like, hit the thumbs up. If you're in Facebook, you follow, you share it, whatever. Do whatever you got to do to get it out there. Stoney and Doe be having their best bets. Doe be having his best parlays. And we give y'all, that's part of the show, Parlay with us. You get some parlays that you can rock, and you got best bets. But more than that, we talk about everything sports. So let's keep moving on. So we did say the Colts took care of the Jets. Richardson had a good game today on a comeback. He was 20 for 32, 272 with 1 TD. So he had a good comeback game before his career was over. So hopefully if he win one more, they can forget about what he did. That's what that's about. Hopefully that'll happen. You know, the Saints won 2 games straight, guys. Nothing. Thanks for the balloons, whoever shot us out with the balloons. But the Saints won 2 games, guys. Not nothing, but maybe Derek Carr started to feel it, the noise of him being whack. And that's kind of like changing the tone, because you knew they could have packed it in. They won 2 games. And this game was 35-12. So they're scoring again. Just to put that out there, right? We ain't going to talk about the Saints because I don't see them really doing anything.
They didn't beat anybody, but
yeah. I mean, they ain't beating anybody, but you gotta, you still gotta win, right? But to put up 35
that's a good point.
I mean, and they had injuries too.
Yeah,
to their defense, they had injuries. They lost Carr for a long time.
It is hard to win.
Olave, they number 1 wide receiver's been out on concussion protocol. They got hit with some serious injuries to their core players. So yeah, you got to cut them some slack.
All right. Next game, Vikings-Titans. We already said that when we talked about it last week. We knew the Vikings was going to take care of business. That was said last week in last week's Sunday show. They won 23-13. I don't want to really go over it, but Sam Darnold is, the Vikings is going to be there, guys. They're going to be there.
They'll be there.
How far they get into the playoffs, we don't know. But they'll be there.
They'll be there.
And Darnold, shout out to Sam Darnold, everybody who's been watching. I got to give Sam Darnold a little props because you know why? Sam Darnold was out the door.
Mm-hmm.
His suitcase was packed. He was done. And somehow somebody gave him a phone call and he ended up.
Well, that coach, I told y'all, that coach of that team, man.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like,
he's a good offensive mind.
And the Vikings, think about the Vikings though. Like, who was do they got a young kid? Do they got a young kid there? A quarterback?
Yeah, he got hurt. McCarthy, yeah.
Okay. His name, oh yes, that's right. The kid from Michigan.
Michigan, yeah.
So that's their future.
Right. That's their future. Yeah. They're gonna be in good hands with him. He's a winner. He's a winner.
So shout out for Sam Darnold. He's not looking like trash because the New York Jets made that, they ruined him. Just so you know. The Jets, they ruined him.
Yes, they did.
Next game, Dolphins, Raiders, fire everybody. Move on. Packers, Bears. No, for real, Raiders, think about it.
I don't want to talk about that team.
No, but you gotta think about it. You gotta just think about it. All this moves all this thing that these guys did, build the fucking stadium. This dude was a dog in the defensive guy. What was his name? The defensive dog that they paid the big money to. White dude.
What team you talking about?
Raiders.
It has to be Crosby.
Crosby. Right?
Bill Crosby.
Yeah, but they're gonna be all right because Brady's there. They're gonna be all right. I already said that. They're gonna be all right.
Bill Crosby, Beans? Was it Bill Crosby?
Max
I
Crosby.
don't know the Max Crosby. I don't know
Max
the dude's
Crosby.
name. I
Bill
just
Crosby. Who
I
gives a
just know
fuck?
he's that white
They're
kid
gonna
with
be
the
all
long
right.
hair that be running crazy around all over the field, just wrecking havoc. That's all I know.
They're gonna be all right.
They
They're
had
gonna be
something
all
in
right.
defense. They said, let's move on from Carr, moved on from the coach. Let this dude stay because he had the locker room.
Because he played NWA one day.
He had the locker room, and then next thing you know, everything falls apart. I don't know. It's a movie, everything falls apart. But that's what it is. It just fell apart for the Raiders. Whatever. Next game, Packers Bears. The Bears tried to win this game and
Missed
they
the field
lost
goal.
on a field goal. That
was
got
crazy.
blocked. A blocked field goal. Tight game. I thought the Packers would have ran away with this. But once again, another divisional game.
So did a lot of sports bettors thought that too, and I'm sure they're kicking themselves in the ass because the Packers were -6 and they won by 1.
Right. So I think that was, but you know what though, Stacks? I mean, Stoney, that's even though Chicago sucked for years, I still think that's a divisional game that
Divisional game. I took the
you
under on that
can't
game.
take divisional games lightly. I don't care who's in your division. You can't take them lightly. Did you think the Patriots took the Miami Dolphins lightly every time we was on top of the division and winning Super Bowls? No, we did not. When it came time to play the Miami Dolphins, even though they were the bottom on our fucking division, they still played us like they were right there.
They beat us most of the time. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. With Tom Brady.
Yeah, with Tom.
So check that. So divisional games do mean something. When people say, oh, well, you know, they suck in this one, it's a divisional game. You know what I mean? We all
definitely, even when you gamble divisional games different than you gamble at Stoney will tell you that.
There you go. All right, next game, move on. I like to go about this one. We're going to jump into this one because this is my man's team right here. He loves this coach. And I know he's probably going to give this coach maybe coach of the year. He's probably going to give this coach of the year. And the person who I can say love this coach is Sean Doe. Sean, your boy.
Yo, you know what, though? Yo, listen.
Who is it?
Denver's coach.
No.
Sean Payton.
But listen, Crook, before you came on, though, Beans,
the Bengals coach?
Mm-mm.
No.
Denver's coach.
Denver's coach. All right,
yo, they want. Hey, listen, they want me money today, man. They actually helped me help my account. I just got my payout just came in. I won $200-something on that daily fantasy with I put Sutton and Bo Nix was my quarterback. Sean Payton was running little screen passes at the goal line, getting this dude touchdown passes. Hey, can't be mad about that.
Stacks. Sean Payton been had one of his peoples watch this show or something because he's like, fuck that dude Doe over there in Boston who be talking shit about me. I'm gonna show him something. So
I was rooting for them today. Bro, I ain't mad.
I know. You know, I'm just fucking with you.
I know.
But no, surprisingly, I gotta eat crow too, like Stacks would say. I'm gonna eat crow too. When the combine, when the draft was happening and we knew who was coming out as far as quarterbacks, who did I have at the bottom of our list? And I was shitting on them. Bad. I was shitting on them, Cook.
Yeah, but like you said though, Beans,
I was shitting on the dude, Bo Nix. Yo,
but you gotta be consistent though. It's 1 year, like you said with Drake May. You gotta be consistent.
Yeah, right. But I didn't even think he was on the same level, the tier level with.
Well, he's 26. Well, to be fair though, a lot of drafty people looked at him in a good light just because he has so much experience. You know what I mean? He's 25 years old. You know what I mean? So him and Jaden Daniels had like a little bit step ahead of the other guys because of age and maturity and snaps.
Right.
You know, and how much they played, and like Crook always says that. How much snaps do you take? How much experience do you have, regardless of how old you are, you know? And the reason why Drake May was not the number one pick, I believe, is because he didn't have enough experience in college.
You're right.
You know, he only played, and he played in the ACC, which is not the greatest division. It ain't a bad division. You got Syracuse, you got teams in that division. But overall, like the dude, what Knicks is doing, as much shit as I give Sean Payton, he could call plays. I just, you know, overall, I just think, you know, that team is what they are. They're a playoff team, I believe. I think they'll make the playoffs, and I think they'll get bounced. But you can't take away from, you know, like I said, bro, half of it's trolling for me.
No,
but I give props when I give props. I watched the game. I know the game. Yeah. And I know he could call plays. I know they could play. But Atlanta, could we talk about Atlanta just real quick?
Yeah.
What a fucking disaster. Listen, the Patriots really dodged the bullet not signing Judon. That dude is fucking done. I know he had a sack today and it was a coverage sack. But overall, that dude, he's done.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, hey, another week or two. The thing is, they play different on the road than at home. Another week or two, you might be seeing, I don't know, man. You might be seeing panics in that motherfucker. Like, you might. Because
he just wasn't gonna get what he was asking for, and that's why he got released. He wanted a lot of years, and he wanted a lot of guarantee, and the Patriots didn't feel like he was that type of player. They felt like he was a certain type of player, short years. Good money, but short years. He wanted both.
In a situation, he wasn't not an every down. You mean situation?
No, he ain't. Yeah, he is a situation. He ain't an every down player right now. They don't even play him every down in Atlanta.
We could
they benched him in Atlanta. We did Google that. They benched his ass in Atlanta. They did.
Wow.
The dude Raheem Moore, you remember their head coach is defensive coordinator.
That's right, Raheem Moore.
He's from that. You know, he was on that same team that had McDaniels, Shanahan, McVay, that Washington Redskins. He was a D coordinator or a defensive back. He's been around.
Yeah.
He's a good coach.
Oh no, he's a good coach.
He's a good coach. Is that
Didn't he get some time in Tampa?
He got some time in Tampa. That's why he got a second. He's been on some good.
That's why he got a second opportunity.
That's why he got a second opportunity. But that being said, that defense is not that we needed it fixed. We talked about this last year.
Right.
I know the numbers showed them that they were better than what they quote unquote were, but they got fucking scorched today. They had little Jordan Humphreys. They had receivers I never even heard of.
Denver got in that ass today, definitely.
They got damn Atlanta.
Wow.
What happened to dude? Isn't Justin Simmons on that team? What happened?
I mean, I ain't look, I'm gonna be straight up. I lost money with them. I took Atlanta today.
Jesus.
Damn. Whew. Next game. Move on from Atlanta. Broncos took care of business 38-6 on Atlanta. Shout out to Bo Nix. I think 4 TDs. Shout out to Bo Nix. Check this out. I told you guys this last week. Even though Stacks had his team winning it, I think we all probably did. I don't think I was maybe I was the only one who probably didn't say nothing about this game. But the Seahawks 49ers, the only thing I said about this game, it was going to be a divisional game and it was going to be tight. And I always said, I told you guys last week, Seahawks plays the 49ers the best in their division.
Yes.
The only team that can beat the 49ers.
No,
I don't care if they were
talking to me and Crook about the 49ers because we don't fuck with them.
No, the 49ers were favored by 6 points. After all that being said, they were favored by 6. Stacks. The 49ers were favored by 6 after all of that. What do you think I did?
Shit. I didn't go to the window.
Don't tell me, you took the Seahawks. You took the Seahawks minus?
I took the Seahawks +6.
+6.
That's
right. Underdog. That's what I'm telling you.
That's right.
After all that being said, they were underdog.
San Francisco is tired. They played 500 games. CMC looks like Run DMC.
It's a wrap for the 49ers. It's a wrap for them. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Number one receiver who helped me win that money, Jennings helped me win that money too. He was in my lineup today too. But anyway, that team is cooked fried chicken. I'm all set.
They're gonna have to rebuild in this offseason.
Bosa's hurt too now. He's hurt. He's limping around after the game. Debo Samuel coming to work looking like one of the fucking what's that shit? What's that group back in the days? The fucking village people. He walking in with leather shorts on. I'm all set.
Oh yeah, he was bugging. I saw that. That shit.
Yo, I don't even want to see that. I don't even want a big grown man walking around with leather shorts.
That shit ruined my appetite. I was about to eat like a plate of food, and I saw that.
Yo, what are we doing? What the fuck are we doing, fam?
It ruined my appetite when I saw it.
Blame.
I knew. Yo, listen, you do what you gotta do in your life.
Westbrook for that.
Come on, man. You can't
blame Westbrook. Blame Westbrook for that. He brought the fashion to these athletes.
And shame on me.
They can wear all kind of weird clothes. I'm just telling you.
Shame on me for not going to the window for the 49ers missing the playoffs. I mentioned that on a couple of shows ago. I mentioned it. It was plus money right now. It's not even worth it now because it's you're not really it's
right. No, you're right though, Stoney. You did say that weeks ago.
I played myself. I didn't go to the window. I played myself with that, man. They're not making it because they're not winning their division. If they don't win the division, they're not gonna make it. It's the NFC. It's the NFC.
They look slow. Kittle's hurt. Bosa looks like he's hurt. CMC doesn't look like the same running back. Purdy's running for his life. The defense. I mean, I don't know, man. I said, bro. I just think they play too much football. I'm not knocking them. They just play too much. We take teams to task for going to the playoffs and going to the Super Bowl and not winning. But we say Shanahan's a great coach, but they just what are we doing, man? Like, you gotta win. They did with the Celtics.
You gotta win.
We shitting on the Celtics.
I mean, they had a window, but the 49ers are gonna have to readjust. They're gonna have to readjust. They're gonna have to scrap whatever plans they had right now because the players are older. A lot of players were lost, and the biggest thing with them and they lucked out. Let me tell you, with the quarterback position, they lucked out so much that Purdy worked out because Purdy was the last pick of the draft.
Look, I don't think you could win with him.
No.
As much as he's had good games, real quick. Let me just real quick though.
Big games, Sean. They can win big games with him, Sean. They can win with him, but not big games.
But he's not it. He's not it, bro. Like the guy, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yo, I understand what you're saying, but though, you know how lucky the 49ers are?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Money-wise, yeah.
Because they drafted the guy that they traded to traded him away.
Yeah. You're right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So what happens? They equalized it.
Yeah, they came back.
Worked out.
Yeah, they did.
So they are so lucky. They could have been so worse off. They are so
No,
lucky.
I give you that, but I'm just saying with him, I really believe there's a ceiling with him. Everybody's
you're right. I believe that.
Because we get into these numbers and it's this and that. It's like we do it with Lamar Jackson too. And I'm not saying Purdy and Lamar Jackson the same. What I'm saying is we do all this regular season stuff and the touchdowns and the running and this and that. And then when it gets down to the nitty gritty, man, you don't win.
They don't win.
So he's gonna and Crook, they dodged the bullet with him, meaning they got him for cheap. But you know his money's up this year. He gonna get a quarterback. Would you give him $30 million a year, $40 million? I wouldn't. Exactly. They're gonna have to though. They have to.
They are so lucky that he worked out enough to get him in the playoffs. He's lucky that he worked out.
No, you're right. I agree with you. No, I agree with you 100%. 100%.
But
because
you know what,
they gave
No, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, brother. They gave 4 draft picks up for Lance. Lance couldn't even tie his shoe. Nigga put on his right shoe and his left shoe. Can't read the defense. I'm not want to shit on the young man. Think it's, he got traded for a 5th round pick. And then you had Nate Mullins or whatever. He tried to come in. He couldn't do shit. You had CJ Beckett, he couldn't do shit. Then you're right. They picked this guy. He came in, he ran the offense. He's a smart kid. I'm not saying he's not smart. He has a decent arm. He can scramble for some yards like he did today. But when it comes down to it, he just can't make that throw. He can't make that throw.
To get them over the hump.
He can't, bro. He can't. And you know what, Crook? As much as they dodged the bullet, he's due for his contract next year. And they're gonna have to give him.
They have no other choice.
No other choice.
Yeah, they're gonna have to give him the money, and they're
gonna
have to
give him the money.
They're gonna have to like rebuild a little bit around him. They're gonna have to,
and that's gonna be hard.
To his strength. But another team that's gonna deal with the same thing, they're gonna be in an even worse situation, and that's Dallas.
Oh yeah,
Dak cannot win in the playoffs. He just cannot. He's a great regular season quarterback. He'll win them regular season games. He'll win those big games in regular season. He'll beat those teams on the road. He'll do some spectacular, performances to win those Monday night, Thursday night, Sunday night games. But the playoffs,
they can't do it.
He just can't do it. He just can't do it. So they're gonna have the same.
You're right, though. I think that was a mistake by giving him that big bread.
Yeah,
but they had to though.
I know they had to.
They had to.
But I
they had no choice.
They had no
choice. They had
you
to.
Had no choice. It's Dallas. You have to do it. You have to.
That he could do something.
San Diego. It ain't.
Well, what's his name? Got to eat that money.
Well, he got it.
Yeah, but he got to eat it. He got it. He ain't gonna win.
Remember, she made probably Saturday night.
But he ain't gonna win.
No, he ain't gonna win.
He ain't gonna win.
Unfortunately, Jerry's gonna be gone when they become good because he meddles, he talks too much, he does this.
Here you go. You hit it right on the nose.
He sits he talks on the radio.
When he's gone, that's when the Cowboys will
podcast. Win. That he trades for players.
Remember we said that is wrong. Hey guys, whoever's watching here on the YouTube and the Facebook side and the Twitch side of things, remember we said it here. The Cowboys will not win a Super Bowl until Jerry Jones is gone. Whatever the capacity might be, but until he's gone, they're not winning. And I believe that. Doe's 100% right with that. 100%. And you know what's going to hurt his feelings even worse?
I hope he lives a long time.
You know what's going to hurt his feelings worse? When the Lions win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that'd be crazy, right?
Oh, man.
Yo, when the Lions win a Super Bowl in the NFC before he gets one in the past 30 years, oh, he gonna cry. He gonna say, "What the fuck are we doing down here? We got all the money." Not saying the Fords don't got it. Not saying the Fords don't got it. They just had an unlucky decades of football, but the Fords got the money too. Trust me, they do. Right? People driving Fords every fucking day. So they got that money. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, but they let the football people do football decisions. Jerry Jones.
And that's what happened. They finally got the Fords let people do football decisions. They just didn't have
Jerry
the right
Jones.
people.
I'm not saying he don't know football, but you can't make you know what Jerry Jones does? He makes impulse decisions. He did it with Zeke when he gave Zeke all that money. Zeke held out, went to Mexico, gave him the money. Then you got what's his name kind of held out with a receiver, which I think they should have given him the money.
Lamb?
Huh?
Lamb?
Yeah, Lamb. Yeah. He deserved the money. But my point is everything's done with him on impulse and he talks crazy and he gets on these shows and he starts putting out information and locker room information. And, I just think football is one just as much off the field as on the field. It's one sport where you game plan, you got different units. Look what the Patriots, what they going through as far as growing pain. I think they're going in the right direction, but just the little off-field stuff that happened early in the year and the Judon thing and the Uche thing and Taekwondo and getting cut and some of the receivers complaining. It's working out. It's quieting it down a little bit. But my point is, when you got an owner like Jerry Jones that just wants to talk and talk and talk and talk, I believe it puts more pressure on the players. And I just think,
Yo, Stacks is a motherfucker. Yo, I love this show. Yo, Stack said, move on from them fucking Cowboys. Y'all sound like first take.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. But no, we reason why we ended up with Jerry Jones and the Cowboys.
But I think it's a legit conversation to have.
No, it's a legit conversation. We're talking about teams who dropped the ball and wasted times with certain plays and made bad moves. You know,
it's not even just it's management though, because it could come back to even our team. It could come back to Detroit. It could come back to, you know, even with with the Jets letting Aaron Rodgers take the reins and be the GM and trade the coach or cut the coach and trade for his boy. And it just ain't the Cowboys. I understand what Stacks is saying, but I'm really talking more about how you manage your team. You know, and how you. This is what it is, man. Like, you know, sometimes we got to talk about these things, man, because it's not always about what's going on in the field. Man.
Right.
These things are really important to talk about.
So nice take on that. Nice take on that. I love that take we just went through. Talk about these teams that make moves. They overreach. They, like you said, impulse buys, impulse moves, and sometimes it's the demise. You know, Stacks, I know you're watching 49ers, man. They're gonna have to right the ship somewhere. It's not happening this year. Basically, they fighting in the division with the Seahawks.
How did Kittle get hurt? What did he do? Trip over his greasy ass head? What the fuck? How he get hurt?
So
I mean, Kittle's is old anyway.
He's always
he's old anyway. So yeah, I feel that. I feel you with that one though, Cook. I feel you with that. So we're gonna finish it up. Cook had it. Before we finish up, I'll just like to say, shout out to Stony Cooks. He feels good right now. He's feeling himself.
Big win for Crook today, man.
Big win for Crook.
Cook. Buffalo Bills. Shout out
Cook,
to the
let
Bills.
me tell you one thing. Cook been listening to me on this podcast for weeks and weeks, the past year, telling him, don't bet against my boy, Magic Pat. And he said, fuck Pat. I'm betting against that fucker today. And it worked out for him.
You know what though? Do you know?
I mean, that's good. That's good.
But it was time. It's not. It wasn't.
Because
you have to look at. Look, you had to look at the rest of the opponents for Kansas City. It was really simple.
Yeah,
they're not going to go 16-0. They're not going to go 16-0.
I didn't even expect that.
If there was a team that was going to lose, if there was a team that I was going to beat them, it had to be the Bills on the road. And especially the way Kansas City's been winning all the 9 games that they won, the way they've been winning, it was leading up to that loss.
They better keep that whole field advantage, because if they don't get whole field advantage, they're getting knocked out in the first round.
Oh yeah, they're getting knocked out.
I'm talking to you that. I'm telling you.
No, you're totally right.
They had
you know who's gonna knock them out if they get in?
Coming against Buffalo. It was so much. Look,
Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Baltimore, they're getting knocked the fuck out. They better keep that home field.
They're gonna have some issues. It's hard to three-peat. No, that's why nobody in the NFL history has ever three-peated. There's a reason for that. It's really, really hard. It's really tough.
Might be right.
And
you might be right with that.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I knew this Bills matchup. I knew the Bills was going to take care of business. The revenge factor, it was so much into this. At home, you know how, personal this was for them? It was so personal that every player took it upon themselves to take it to that next level.
You saw that in the whole game. They took it all personal.
It was edgy. It was chippy.
It was chippy.
These guys, they wanted it. They wanted it. That last touchdown run by Josh Allen, the elation that he got from that, the crowd. Oh man,
I never thought
serious.
1 minute that they were gonna lose that game, even when it was close.
My thing.
Well, you have money on it, Chris. I can see where you were like. I can see why you were like how you were. You had money on it. I did.
Yeah. I took the money line. Because.
But me, I was cool as a cucumber. Like, they ain't going undefeated. They should have lost last week, and they should have lost not the week before. I forget what other week they should have lost. They should be 7-3, but they're not. Their record's what it is. They 9-1.
But my thing is, they 9-1. That's fine. But my thing is, y'all know when it comes, if these guys get healthy, the Chiefs, as I say. They get healthy, they're gonna be a problem in the playoffs. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. The Bills is gonna have to see them again. And it's gonna be,
but this is not the Bills though. You got Pittsburgh, you got well, I ain't gonna say Baltimore, but you got Pittsburgh, who I think matches
Baltimore.
up.
Yeah, you're right. You got Pittsburgh, you got Baltimore, you got before, but didn't it end up with them? No, it ended up with it didn't end up with them two last year, right?
So you got Bo Nix, motherfucker. Right? Bo.
Hey, we'll see. We'll see where Buffalo ends up. I don't think I'm gonna just say it. I don't think the Buffalo Bills is gonna win a Super Bowl. Just letting you know that right now. Not this year. I don't think that's a possibility.
I beg you differ. You know what I mean?
Like it's not a possibility.
I'm going to take, since we're talking about it, I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills to win the Super Bowl this year. I'm going to take I'm going to take the future bet. This game to me was the factor. It was the determining factor for me. I told myself before the game, I said, if the Bills beat the Chiefs, I'm going to take them to win it, because this is a team that's been knocking at the door. They experienced, they ready, they know what it is. They know what it takes to win it. They know what it takes to get there.
Let me ask you this then.
I'm going to take them to win it all.
Okay, so if they got to see Baltimore
is not ready.
Right now, it's plus 550 if you take Buffalo.
Baltimore is not ready.
Baltimore's not ready?
There's something missing with them.
If you put 1,000 on Buffalo right now, you win 6,500. You win 6,500.
Yep, and I'm going to do something
with
that. I'm going to do something with that.
Okay, so Baltimore's not ready.
They're not ready. As much work they've been putting in, as experiences they've been and everything like that, there's something missing with them. I think defensively, there's something missing with them offensively in crunch time when they tight, when it's critical against good teams with good defenses. There's something missing with them. So I think the Bills are they're more ready than Baltimore is right now.
In one season.
I believe that. I could say that.
So Baltimore was right there last year. So you saying the Bills are ahead of them?
Yeah, Baltimore was there last year, right? But did you see the fashion they lost in? They was right there, but they didn't lose in that fashion.
I understand that.
They lost in a fashion.
So what about? Let me say this.
Was missing something
after tonight's game. What about a healthy if after tonight's game? What about a healthy Cincinnati against Buffalo? They know how to take care of that dude's ass. They know how. I just don't
think Cincinnati's defense is
not right. No, not what it was a few years ago. You're right.
They're not going to beat Buffalo.
They're not built for that offense. Yeah. Buffalo's offense is too tough.
Cincinnati is not even going to reach Buffalo. My whole thing with Cincinnati is they don't play well on the road against good teams. So
you say you niggas were cute.
I don't think that
Stats over there taking
I don't think Cincinnati is going to even get the opportunity to play Buffalo at home for, say, the conference championship. I think Cincinnati may come up short even before reaching Buffalo. But I think Buffalo, the experience, the focus, it's a personal thing with them. They came up
coming out the AFC conference.
I think my money's going on Buffalo to reach the Super Bowl, and this game against Kansas City was a determining factor.
I would never think in my lifetime I would see Detroit favored to win the Super Bowl. Fan. That's crazy.
Detroit.
Yeah, they favored to win 350.
Yeah, they favored. But Sean, look what year we're in.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
2024, anything is possible.
No,
you know
you're
what I
right.
mean?
You're right. No. You got niggas walking to the game looking like the village people, of course.
You talk about it. You talk about a team that was knocking at the door since 1990 something.
You got Debo Samuel
running the rock.
You got Debo Samuel going to the
every
African Bombada nigga. You know, sorry.
But I think those stacks. I mean,
NFC wise, yeah, I think they'll get there.
Sony, I do think that the Lions are primed for it this time, bro. I just really think so.
And they got a good defense, man.
Yeah, and they got a good defense. You know,
and they said Homeboy's gonna come back before the end of the year. What's his name? Hutchinson. That's what they said. I don't think
that's what they said. I don't know about that with that.
I don't know about that, man.
I don't know about that. I'm just saying though.
I mean, that type of injury he had was
nasty.
No, it was. But you know, they got the magic pills.
I'm glad that you put that out there because I wasn't looking at Buffalo as a conference championship, a conference champion.
Who was you looking at?
I was looking at Baltimore to take the reins over the Chiefs. Just being 100%. I was looking at Baltimore. I was looking at Houston and probably
Baltimore. That Baltimore loss to Cleveland was kind of shaky. Baltimore played today. They couldn't move the ball against Pittsburgh.
But that's defense on defense, though, you know?
No, I understand, but it's still
it's
still something. Pittsburgh is not scared of ball. No one's scared of anybody. But my point is, Pittsburgh knows how to play that team.
Mm-hmm.
So Baltimore won't not even get by Pittsburgh, let alone even get by Buffalo.
You're right, Sachs. No way he come back. No, that's why I said I think if anybody is me personally thinking if anybody who is supposed to dethrone the Chiefs this year. And we know the Chiefs is not good. I know the Chiefs is not repeating. I know that. I'm not delusional about that. But to beat them in the conference finals, the only team that I can see who could beat the Magic Pat and the Kansas City Chiefs in the conference finals,
if they make it,
is Baltimore. It's Baltimore. That's a good one. I don't see the Bills because the Bills shits on themselves a lot. They just know how to shit on themselves in playoff season.
Nah, they've done it enough where they're not going to do it anymore.
Well, we hope so, but they know how to shit on themselves.
You learn, you know?
You know what I mean? Hopefully that coach get his head out the ass and learn how to coach a playoff game.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Wait a minute. You got to send me one of those Parlay with us coffee cups, man. I didn't see that. Oh. Shit. Is my name on it?
No, not yet. My name is on
see?
it. My name is not on it either.
Yeah, we're gonna do something about that, Crook. Shit. Can we get a remix?
That's fine. I don't gotta be on there.
I'll get one to you guys. My name's on there?
Nobody's name on
it with us, and it just got our handles on it. Ain't nobody name on there. But
is my handle on there?
Handle's not on it.
Nigga, you ain't getting away with that.
That's a good one.
Crook need to buy sweaters, shirts. He just wants some money today. Crook.
Yeah, for real. So, guys, we're gonna wrap it up, man. It was a good show today. We did talk about a lot. We covered all these teams on the differences that they got going on. Who can make the playoffs?
Great show today, fellas.
You know what I mean? Who's looking?
We missed Stacks though. We missed
No, we missed Stacks. Stacks really keep the show hot.
I don't give a fucking scared to play no pattern. Come on.
No, they are. It's the truth, though. Come on.
No one's scared. They're grown.
He's the new Tom Brady. He's the new Tom Brady. So people would respect him in the playoffs, bro.
Yeah, you respect him, but no one's scared to play. Like, oh, I'm scared. Like, come on, man. What the fuck? This ain't high school.
He's dangerous, man.
No, but no one's scared to play.
Listen, Stoney got a good win today, right? But Stoney knows they took it down to the wire. It wasn't a blowout,
right?
Pat still had a chance to come back, my brother.
Yeah.
So don't slip thinking that he just got blown out. Like Zach said, he went back. No, a loss is a loss, but don't slip and think.
So when he won last week, when he almost lost to Bro Knicks, we saying, "Oh, he got," no, they won.
I understand.
They won.
I understand that,
Because
but
we can't see. This is what
I don't
this
think
is,
I don't think
see,
the loss
listen,
is such of a
I
big loss
respect
for him.
Patrick Mahomes. All I'm saying is that this doesn't look the same. If we're gonna say that about San Francisco, only difference is San Francisco hasn't won anything. Kansas City has played a lot of football. Travis Kelce is not the same guy. He gets 12 catches a game for 5 yards. That ain't shit. I'm tired of little Pat stat and bullshit, little dump off passes. These dudes ain't the same guys. You got Juju Smith as your number 2 receiver. DeAndre, I respect Hopkins, but he ain't the same guy. Pacheco's gonna come back. His leg was broken in half. What's he gonna do? The kicker broke his fucking leg. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. It's just not the same team. But yeah, when the playoffs come, the playoffs come. I get it.
So look, if
but God damn, man, we act like this team can't be beat, bro. Like,
if KC faces a Broncos or Chargers team in the first round, be careful. Be careful. Because that's what's going on right now. If they face a team like that, that's what it's looking like right now. If they face a Broncos team in the first round, at home, more than likely they'll be at home. You're talking about a Broncos, the Chargers, maybe even the Ravens if they don't get their shit together. There's teams that potentially they could be facing in the first round that's going to be very, very uncomfortable. So there's a lot to worry about for them in terms of a team that's been playing a lot of games the last couple of years.
Football
It happens. It happens. And I'm not talking about the new players that came on. I'm talking about the core players: Mahomes,
Jones,
Kelce,
Jones.
the offensive, Jones, the offensive line, the defensive line. You know, the wear and tear comes into play. So
yeah, man,
there's a lot of things they're gonna have to. There's a lot of things they're gonna have to look out for.
I'm not too sold on them going to a 3-peat. I know that for facts, but it's gonna take somebody. It's gonna take. I don't know. You might be right. It might be the Bills, but I just had it to see that Baltimore was the next.
Now, there's a few teams. There's a few teams.
But there's it's a challenging league. That league. That's what makes football.
Yeah, exactly. There you go, Beans.
That's what makes football so great. It's challenging. It's challenging. I am hyped for the Lions, but who knows? The Lions might get smacked in the first round.
Oh, you never know, because you got Goff might throw 5 interceptions,
right? You never know. Even though they look like they're blowing everybody out right now, he got
blown out. What did Magic Johnson say? He got blew out.
So, guys, nice show. We'll see you on Thursday.
Show,
thanks for coming through.
Congratulations.
I know Thursday is a difficult day for Doe, but do jump in on the chats and give you
I'll try to chat you up.
And we'll enjoy that conversation.
Yeah, I have a best bet for Monday.
Let's go with the best bets in the parlay.
Yeah, Monday, because
Monday and tonight.
We went too far. I mean, it's a nice game, but take the under Monday night. Houston Texans at the Cowboys. Take the under 41. Primetime unders. I hit last week.
This is trash.
I hit last week. So let's keep it going. Primetime unders. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Primetime game. Cowboys, they don't have Dak. They down to their second string quarterback. He may not do much. Houston, they're gonna try to run the ball. They're gonna be methodical with their offense. So let's run with that under. We taking the under 41 Monday night. Houston at Dallas. Best bet.
I'll give you Mixon 80 yards rushing, Mixon anytime TD. I'll do Lamb 60 yards, and I'll do Nico Collins, give him 70 yards. It's a 4 parlay. That's a 4 prop bet. Can't go wrong with that.
Sounds good. So, guys, thanks for giving that. Those best bets and those parlays. We enjoyed that show tonight. Thanks for you guys' input on everything. Stacks, thanks for coming through from the hospital bed, my brother. Get well. And thanks for your input on all of this stuff, Stacks. You keep, I love that you keep the show going even though you're not here. Shout out to Jalik Parham out of Long Island, New York, all the way to Coney Island. That's my man's. And shout out to everybody who listens and watch Parlay with us weekly, faithful subscribers and viewers. Guys, please hit the thumbs up and like button. It's a struggle trying to catch this algorithm here. And we're trying to catch an algorithm and bring our shows to higher heights. So with that being said, we out. Peace.
Yeah, God, can make moves. Doobie don't snooze, It's on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, son get through.